Welcome to Ubiq Security. In this short video, we'd like to take you through a demonstration of how fast and simple it is to integrate encryption into two applications written in two different programming languages using the Ubiq platform. Within minutes, you'll be able to integrate local data encryption directly into your application with just a few lines of code.
This is Gary with Ubiq Security. I'm going to be demonstrating integrating the Ubiq platform with two different applications. The first application is written in JavaScript. We'll call it an HR data import. It will read and write to a JSON data store. The second application is written in Ruby. Let's call it an expense management, which will read from the data store and retrieve an employee name and their job title. Here's an example of what the HR application will be reading. It's a simple JSON file. When we run the HR application, it'll ingest this JSON data file. It will consolidate some of the fields, eliminate others, and write the data to a data store. In this case, it's a simple JSON text file. Now when we run the expense management, we're telling it to look for the record called FUD. It's going to find the employee Elmer Fudd and retrieve their job title, Rabbit Hunter. Now to integrate with Ubiq, we bring over the dashboard and the documentation. And the documentation includes the steps that we need to use. Create an account, register an application, copy the API credentials, and then integrate the application. We've already registered a user, but we'll go ahead and walk through the steps for registering the application. Click on Register New Application, choose the country, United States. It's a web application. It's written in Node.js, and we'll call it the HR application, and we'll use HR with PII. The next step is asking if there are other applications that need to share the common data store. In our case, the answer is yes. The type of the application is microservice. The language is Ruby. That we'll call the application expense management, and it'll do the data query. We'll say save and next. While this is running, we'll bring over the credentials file, which is used by the HR and expense management programs to read the credentials used by the applications. It's showing us that the HR and the expense management applications were created. We'll get a copy of the API keys. We'll copy them into the credentials file, save it, close the API keys window, and we'll say we're done. At this point, we're done with the dashboard, so we'll move that off to the side. We'll minimize a couple of these windows. And now we're going to go directly over to the Node.js documentation. Here it's showing the steps. We're going to install the Ubiq library. And now it's showing us the other changes that we need to make to our application to integrate with the Ubiq platform. We have a simple diff that we can show the before and after. So it's showing us the require, loading the credentials, and here's the important piece for doing the encryption. Call encrypt with the credentials, the plain text, and it gives us the encrypted data out, as you can see here. When we run the version of the HR application integrated with the Ubiq platform, it's updated the data store. The editor knows there's been a change. When we press reload, it's now showing us that the data store is fully encrypted. Now we'll go ahead and integrate with the Ruby application. Again, we can follow the steps to install the Ubiq library. And again, it's showing us the changes we need to make to the application. Again, we'll look at a diff between the original and the new. Here it's showing us the require, the include, loading the credentials, and the key piece we need is the decrypt. So we call decrypt with the credentials, the encrypted data, and we get back the plain text, as you can see there on the screen. When we run the expense management version that's integrated with the Ubiq platform, it reads from the encrypted data store, finds the employee record, or FUD, and retrieves the job title, Rabbit Hunter. Now we can see that we've gone from no encryption to full encryption with 6 lines of code spread across 2 different languages. I hope you found this video useful and you can appreciate how simple it is to integrate the Ubiq platform into your application. Thanks for watching, and be sure to look for other videos from the Ubiq security team.
Thanks for watching, and we hope you found this video super useful. We're always here to help, so don't hesitate to get in touch if you have any questions. Email us at support@ubiqsecurity.com. Stay secure, and we'll see you next time.